as we mentioned, and you probably know by now, Valentine's Day is 1 week away, and for some, it's not all candy and roses.
The holidays can feel isolating, especially for seniors. Today, transition coach Loretta Saff is back. She's sharing some tips for surviving the holiday and creating healthy habits for the future.
Yes, so happy to have you.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Always.
And it's not a matter of survive. It's a matter of, I don't know, be the best that you can possibly be.
Thrive.
Yes,
I love that.
absolutely.
Yeah, so where do we start with somebody who's retired and feels like they're going to be alone on Valentine's?
Well, the thing about people who have retired, one of our basic human needs is connection. And when you leave your workplace where you've been working for the last 20 or 30 years, maybe, you have lost that connection, or at least you're moving away and you need a new connection. So to realize that early is the best thing, to be able to start having people who have like interests. So you have to start thinking about planning it a little earlier. Next week is Valentine's Day. So you have to plan what your day is going to be like. If you are worried about being alone, now some people like to be alone. There's a difference between alone and lonely. Lonely is when you are really, you don't have any support and you're feeling just kind of unanchored. But alone could be that you just like to be alone. But if you don't like to be alone, there's a lot of things you can do, and you should really assess who your social network is and broaden it.
And like you said, your interests. So maybe there's a group out there that you can join, like a kickball group or some sort of knitting group, something like that.
But you have to figure out what it is you like.
Step one.
And we all know what we like underneath it all. And it's a matter of looking back, especially when you've been working all these years. You've tossed aside some things that you really just figured I don't have time for, that you really are good at, or you want to get better at, or maybe you just have an interest in. And so start early with that. You already will have your new community, so that when you do retire, or when Valentine's Day or any other day comes around, you can pick up the phone and say, hey, let's go do this or do that, and you know that it's with somebody you like.
I like that. And that's something else you talk about. The question is, how can someone ensure they won't be alone? And I love your answer for this.
Well, it has to do with the fact that when love is in the air, I say you bring the love. You know, go out and do something for the greater good. There are charities, volunteer sometime. Again, we're a week before. So think about who you would like to help out. Make some calls and make some appointments to go and help out. If that's too much for you, for whatever the reason, think about your neighbors. Make some dinner, some cookies, ring the doorbell, and just be somebody who is someone who can help keep company. Or even better, say to your neighbor, I'll be happy to babysit your kids or your dog, and you go out to dinner. And it will give you joy.
That's exactly what you were talking about last time, and I love how it's a common theme among all of your topics that you talk about, is that being kind to other people, you get so much back.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that leads me to the next part about Valentine's Day and how the V-Day is just full of love. It's a day of love, where you should be nice to yourself. And that is another opportunity. Go for a walk, get a massage, take a class. And if you really get stuck, I always like people to try to be more creative, like, you know, and if you're stuck with being creative, walk around Michael's. I mean, Michael's Arts and Crafts. How many times have we walked in there and you see, I didn't, you know, I used to do that and I liked that. So maybe you can buy a little something for somebody and brighten their day.
Local farmers market, also perfect for that.
Absolutely.
Support local.
I love that. Or, you know, there's places like Barnes & Noble or a bookstore. Like, sometimes it just sparks something when you're walking by stuff.
Absolutely.
I love that.
And you can start a conversation with the person who's looking at a book, and you can say, oh, is that one good? Or ask the person who works at the bookstore, and they can recommend. But you don't have to be alone if you don't want to be alone.
Oh, so good.
I really like
You
that.
are so sweet. Okay, everyone, Loretta is a grandmother of 6. The eldest being 19. Look at how incredible she looks. And can you show off those boots for a quick second?
Yes.
Yeah, she looks phenomenal. Also giving style tips as well, we said. But she does something really sweet for her grandkids. Tell us about it.
Well, every year, just before Valentine's Day, I put together a little something. I try. Now you can do it on Amazon, so there's no excuse. But maybe it's a T-shirt, maybe it's a game, maybe it's something of their interest, and a little chocolate doesn't hurt, you know. And you just send it with a note that says "Thinking of you" on Valentine's Day.
Oh, I love that.
And then I usually buy myself something red.
Ooh.
Love it. Well, we can see
Right,
it
showing
looks good
yourself
on you.
some love.
Oh, thank you so much, Loretta.
Thank
And
you.
please, anybody, if you are looking for advice that Loretta can give during any of this type of transition, please email her at loretta@coachingwithloretta.com. She's amazing, and yeah, she'll definitely put you in a good mood, that's for sure.
You ladies are great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.